So today I'll be showing you every single lick from the solo that you are about to hear. I'm sure that you'll recognize the tune. It's an R&B classic that uses standard jazz and pop chord changes. Now the good news here is that you'll be able to apply these very same licks to other tunes that use similar chords no matter what style of music. So click on the link to grab the tabs and let's jump right in. Hey, this is Andy. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, we look to improve our guitar playing with each video. Now if you are into jazz guitar, pop guitar, R&B guitar, funk guitar, well then I encourage you to subscribe to this channel because these are the areas of guitar playing that interest me the most. And I offer many tips, tricks, shortcuts to enable you to become more proficient at these styles of music. All right, let's have a listen to the solo. Did you guess the song? Of course you did. It's Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder, and here we're playing it in the key of C. Now before we start breaking down these licks, I just want to make one thing clear. These licks will come in two varieties, either global licks, which you can play at any point in the chord progression because they outline the global key of C in this example, or vertical licks which outline the chords on which they are played. Okay, so the first lick goes like this, over the A minor 7. I played this. And that's an example of a vertical lick. It only works on an A minor 7 in the key of C. Make sure that you have the tabs nearby because I'm going to be moving pretty quickly. And that lick, of course, is based out of a C major 7 arpeggio. Next lick is an example of a global lick. It works anywhere in the chord progression because it outlines the key of C. Next up are the series of diminished chords. You probably heard Wes Montgomery and George Benson do things like this. The reason why it works is because the chord in question is an E7, and by playing this diminished triad, it actually makes it an E7 flat 9, which works perfectly in this key. And again, that would be considered a vertical lick. It only works over the E7. All right, moving along, we have this. Kind of a bluesy thing. Starts off with an A minor 9 voicing. And that's a good blues lick to have in your repertoire. Right, it can be transposed. C minor. All right, so back to our key, A minor 7. And this little phrase here is outlining the D7, making it a D9 sharp 11. And we'll see more of this as we continue. The next line works over the G suspended chord. And it looks like this. That's a nice R&B one which uses thirds. And that lick will work great over a D minor 7 as well. All right, next you have this. And that's simply making this C major a C7. Next you have this. So it starts off with an F major 7 here. All right, from there. And that's a perfect example of a vertical lick that works only on E7. Right, you're highlighting the G sharp, the third of E. Moving along. All right, the next chord is D7. And I played this. We should talk about this. The chord in question is D7, which is the 2 dominant 7, and we often play this or voice this as a D9 sharp 11. And the scale that goes with this chord is the 4th mode of the melodic minor, the Lydian dominant scale. So that's the A melodic minor scale, but starting on D. And again, that's an example of a vertical lick. It only works on that chord. All right, the next chord, F over G. Some thirds there. And then still over F over G. More thirds. And then this bluesy lick. And then this double stop lick. All right, the next lick is a juicy one. It's working over C7 altered. And why C7 altered? Well, because it's taking us to the 4 chord, so we're temporarily making it a dominant to the 4. And I played this. All right after that is an F major 7. And I played this in thirds. Which takes us to the next chord. It's a juicy chord. It's an E13 flat 9. And this chord comes from the diminished scale, and it contains a D flat triad in it. Here's the triad. Sometimes I voice it like this. And the lick goes like this. So there I'm simply playing a D flat arpeggio. Right, to accommodate the D flat that you find in the chord. So I mentioned that this chord, the 13 flat 9 chord, comes from the diminished scale. In this case, it's the half whole diminished scale. So I'm simply going down the scale, starting on E. And we end up on the E. Next chord is again the D9. fourth mode melodic minor, and I play this. So there I'm thinking more of an A minor major 7 arpeggio. All right, almost done. The last lick works over the F over G. And it's a global lick. It outlines the key of C in general. And then the very last lick is to play the riff of the tune, which goes like this. Right? Straight from the A pentatonic minor or the C pentatonic major in this case. And to change it up a bit, I played it in fourths. And I ended with a C 6/9 chord. Now, if you want to learn more licks like this, I suggest that you watch this video right here. It'll teach you some great jazz vocabulary.